Everybody remembers Club Penguin, right? Now how about Bin Weevils? Less, but it's still well known. Then you continue down the iceberg to UB Funkies, the MMO that used figures for the characters. But what if you went deeper, all the way to levels of obscurity that even your mum's uncle's dog's goldfish's best friend's brother doesn't know? I'm talking about MiniMonos, the MMO that time forgot. In 2009, Melissa Clark Reynolds decided to make her first video game, with no prior experience in the industry, which became known as Virtual World MiniMonos. She came up with the idea when she realised that one day children would not know that animals like turtles once existed. It launched in 2011 and quickly gained popularity in the UK, New Zealand and Australia. The game heavily focused on many themes around the environment, recycling and endangered animals, yet still managed to create a fun, welcoming environment for its 1.5 million players. Players could do many things on the MiniMonos island, which were conveniently shaped like a monkey's head, whether they wanted to decorate their own treehouse, play a minigame, and even go on awesome adventures they could, and learn about the environment whilst doing it. Every single game on MiniMonos, and I mean every one, featured the environment as a key theme in some way. First, we'll start off with the simplest and arguably the best game in the history of MiniMonos, Monkey Flight. Monkey Flight was a launch game similar to those such as Learn to Fly and Toss a Turtle. However, rather than being launched out of a cannon, you had to control your monkey with its own pair of wings, collecting puffy clouds to recharge your flight meter, whilst also avoiding stormy ones which damage your meter, and also seeing how high as well as far you could get to earn better medals and banana chips. The clouds you earned also powered a wind turbine at your treehouse. Next up we had another simplistic game, Rats, or Recycle all that stuff. In Rats, different recyclable materials were sent down a conveyor belt, and you had to use a catapult to launch them into the right bins, whilst also avoiding the mischievous bird which tried to steal your stuff. Similar to the last game, if you win, you were rewarded banana chips as well as scrap metal parts this time, which were used for building your very own pet robot. I miss Beetroot. Continuing on with the pattern of minigames, we had, like all MMOs at the time, a ninja game, this one being Monkey Fist. In Monkey Fist you were matched up in a game with 10 players. It was the last one standing style, and you had to do random poses as well as trying to avoid the same pose as the master, Wu Li. If you became the last one standing, you earned progress toward armbands of different colours. Real original ideas there, guys. Yet another one of my favourite games was Chalk It Up. It was basically just maths, but get this, it was actually fun. 10 out of 10 game of the year right here, honestly. EA got to take some notes. This game, like most of the other minigames, was also one of the ways you could earn top caps, but more on those later. Monkey Swim was one of the more creative games on MiniMono, which kept players coming back for its slightly new content every day. The game had a pretty simple mechanic in which you had to put balloons on sunken rubbish and recycle it. However, it was the theming and new features of the game that kept bringing players back. If you kept recycling and playing the game for numerous days, new animals would appear. Pretty neat attention to detail if you ask me. Finishing off the list we have Grow. Grow was my favourite game in MiniMonos, despite not being very good at it, as it was a puzzle game of sorts, in which you had to clear 100 plots of land in the fewest amount of clicks possible, with the maximum allowed being 22. However, you could kinda cheat, as you could get power-ups in this game from playing Tic-Tac-Toe, a minigame where you had to land the most of your letter, either X or O, on a spinning ball, except it was using monkey shit. Yummy. Like I said in the minigame section, players could earn banana chips, which were used to spend on many things, such as new treehouse furniture, new garden furniture, and new clothes. But like most MMOs, you could only get a few items without spending real money, which where membership was introduced. With gold membership you gained access to more features of the game, such as being able to decorate the inside of your treehouse, get more access to the catalogue, make your own adventures, build more robots, and much more. Players also got 50 shells a month. But what were robots? I've spoken about them a few times in this video, but just rushed over them like they were nothing. But in reality they were quite a neat little addition to the game, continuing with the game's theme of saving the environment and nature, rather than having animals as pets, or bribing them to come to your house and kidnap them, like in Mushy Monsters. Instead you built your own pets. You could originally get 4 different robots, all having different stats, and all they really did was follow you around the island. You could control them too, which was neat I guess, but that was kind of it. Couldn't even give them funny little hats, no wonder the game shut down. X-Powers were another cool and unique feature to MiniMonos. With X-Powers you could do many things to affect the room you currently in, whether you wanted to turn everyone into a snowman, make it rain bananas, or even make parrots fly across the screen, you could. Similar to many games, MiniMonos also had an achievement system of sorts. These were the Top Cats. Top Cats were badges you could earn by doing various things in the game, ranging from difficulty, from simply playing a minigame, all the way to things such as taking a photo of 20 monkeys in the same room, and even completing eco projects in real life, and were basically just a way to show off and flex to your friends that you're cooler than them. It wasn't just in game that MiniMonos tried to spread their environmentalist message. The company did many things to show that they were dedicated to helping the environment, including adopting orangutans, shutting the game off for Earth Hour every year, collaboration with the WWF to spread awareness about tigers being in danger, and even a collaboration with Buy One Give One, in which they donated water to India for every membership purchase. But that isn't all. Back into the game there are also weekly updates and regular parties such as Pirates vs Ninja Party, a beach cleanup event, and even the Monkey Games, which heavily kept players invested in the game. They also had an Indiana Jones style questline in which you had to collect 3 golden idols to open the doors of a temple. Unfortunately though, all these features didn't help the game, and then it just went dead all of a sudden. The 1.5 million players dropped to just 50,000. Nobody really knows what happened, it just kinda died off. And then in August of 2013, this amazing game came to its end, closed for good. But why am I talking about such an obscure game? That's exactly the reason, the obscurity. MiniMonos is basically just lost media at this point, with there being barely any archive of it online, and literally none of the files being available. So it's just a neat thing to talk about and remember, and also lost media wiki go brr. It's linked in the description if you want to check that out. And that brings me to the end of the video. What was your favourite thing about MiniMonos? Make sure to comment it down below and like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching and goodbye.